Hi and welcome to my channel, ALS Adult Disabilities Art Life Skills ASD Centre. Now first off, a bit more about me. My name's Alan, I'm 57, I have Asperger Syndrome, a high functioning disorder that comes with traits. Now one of the traits I have is an issue keeping eye contact when making conversation with a friend or someone in public, like at a bus stop or at the checkout at the shops. So that's one of my issues, is eye contact, keeping eye contact with other people that I'm trying to have a conversation with. So the camera's different because the camera's not a real person, it's an inanimate object, right? So the camera is okay. Now, another sensitive issue I have is with smells. Some male deodorant, fly sprays, some females deodorants, washing powder. Now for me, when I go into the shopping centre aisle and go where you find all the cleaning products like the deodorants, the washing powder, the fly spray, the soap, that sort of stuff, I have to go through that aisle as quick as I can because the smell gives me a headache. Makes my head hurt. I taste it. Same with fly sprays. Same with deodorants. I taste them on my tongue. They smell really strong. They make my head hurt. So that's a sensitive issue I have to smells. And yes, I do stumble and stutter. So I have a sensitive issue to smells. So part of my trait is the stuttering. And I would like to leave all my stuttering in my videos just so you see really who I am. Now I am 57. Now I have an older son, his name's Arthur. Arthur has global development delay. Now Arthur has issues when it comes to learning life skills, like learning how to take care of sores on his leg or wherever he's got them, like cuts and abrasions. Another problem Arthur seems to have is that he's lonely and always hides in his bedroom and has no friends that really want to come over and visit him and join in. But I have the same problem. I do have some friends, but I rarely get to see any of them. They rarely ring me up or do anything. I rarely talk to any of them. So really, in some sense, I'm in the same boat as Arthur, my son. I don't have no friends either. Now, if I set myself up a workshop and invite other adults like me with disabilities, like ASD, Asperger Syndrome, global development delay, even if you're in a wheelchair, you're quite welcome to what I have in mind with this idea of my place for adults with disabilities to come and join in and learn art and craft. And of course, I'm the teacher, but although another thing I want these adults with disabilities to be able to do is to help me run my idea of this adult disability centre, which is ALS Adult Disability Art Life Skills ASD Centre. Now I want them to help me run it. I want them to feel welcome, that they're part of the show. So I'll have groups come in and they can all help me run the idea. They can make sculptures and they can make whatever they learn. Like, see, I have special interests, and my special interests are scrap metal art, which I make from scrap metal. I weld. I like bending steel, and I like making tools to bend the steel, so that's another special interest. And I also repair all my own electrical power tools. I service all my tools. And I have got a rather lot of tools in my workshop, which you will get to see, right? And I'm telling you, the light's not on at the moment, and this camera makes it look as though that it's very bright in here, which it isn't, because without the camera, with me just looking at it as it is, it's very dark, very poor, and very unsatisfactory, and very unsuitable for me to make my sculptures and do other woodwork or metal work or any project I want to do with my hands. And I do enjoy doing electronic stuff as well, so I also want to involve that idea, and I also want to involve the idea of computers and whatever. And what I would like is people to donate stuff towards my idea, that's things that can be used for craft, even tools. I want stuff that's to be donated, like scrap metal, wood, nuts, bolts, screws, whatever you got that you don't want, you want to donate it to us, well, we're glad to have it. We'll put it to use. Now, another thing about my disability is that I have depression and I suffer from that rather badly because I spend a lot of time being alone. So I have social anxiety where really I have difficulties communicating out in the outside world with the rest of the people. I feel safer at home than what I do out in an outside public world. Now, I know a lot of people that have my disability have the same issues. Now, I do have a good understanding of my disability, ASD and Asperger Syndrome. Right, I do read up a lot on my disability, not just so I can learn about myself, it's so I can help other people that have ASD or just Asperger Syndrome, which is now generally it's called ASD now. They've changed it. So Asperger Syndrome is at the borderlines of being autistic. So I'm level 1. My son has global development delay, and he needs places that he can go and have a cup of tea or a coffee, have a social interaction life with people like himself and like his dad that have a high functioning disability or just global development delay or even in a wheelchair. So that's one part of my idea. Another part of my idea is that because we want to teach life skills, I want to teach first aid, how to do basic budgeting, like budgeting when you go shopping, budgeting paying bills, budgeting what you're blowing your money on, instead of buying things that you need to, or really need to, or like that sort of idea. So that's general as one thing, one topic we want to do. And we also want to do things like video making for YouTube. So this channel will in the end will become part of my idea. So this channel will actually be part of my workshop. Now what I need is only 2 things I really need, or I should say 3 actually, 3 things I need. I've got one of the main ones, and that's all my tools, which you'll get to see in a minute. The main thing I really need is a factory with a yard that's got the rent paid on it, right? That's out of the way. See, that could be donations through to my GoFundMe to help me set up this idea. Now, another thing I need assistance with, until we get it running and off the ground and it'll pay for itself, is the electricity bill paid. That's the only 2 items that I need, is the electricity bill paid and the rental on a factory. So that's what I need. It's my main goal is I need a factory, the electricity paid, and I will do the rest myself with the help of my family members. That's my wife and Arthur's carer that comes and takes Arthur out on Saturdays. That's nickname is Yogurt. That's going to be also part of this idea. So we're going to say thank you very much for Yogurt to joining this idea of ours Adult Disability Art Life Skills ASD Centre. Now I must turn my camera around and show you my workshop, and then I am going to be making more future videos on this idea, and I'm also going to be posting the link in my description for my GoFundMe page for donations to this idea. Now what I'm going to do is show you around my workshop that in some sense is too small for this idea. Well, guarantee you it's too small. You'll get that when you see it. There's just tools that just take over the place. You ready? Here, I'm turning it around. Now, as you can see where I am, this is my workshop. This is my little 2-car garage, carport, where all my welding tools are, all my grinders and other tools that are in my workshop that I have. That's in my workshop. Right, so that's what that is. Now, I'd like to show you what I really do make and want to teach. This is one of my scrap metal sculptures. He's 700mm tall and he weighs more than 20 kilos. And I made him. So this is one of the topics that I'm teaching. Scrap metal art. And wood turning, carpentry skills, how to use tools safely and not cut your finger off, like the drill press, the bandsaw, the table saw, grinders, bench grinders. So all safety is going to be in mind at the same time. But I also want to do this idea that we can go out and group outings on a bus for a picnic or to a park or whatever, to a museum or an art gallery. And we also want to have group coffee mornings in the actual workshop and invite people, even outsiders that want to join in and help volunteer and teach people how to do, or I should say other adults with disabilities, how to do woodwork, metalwork, paint, draw, whatever, gardening, cooking, you name it. If we can teach it, we're going to do it. Whoops, that was me banging into my big welder. Now, this is part of my workshop that really needs to be moved into a factory. So I've got the tools for the idea. I only need that factory, the rent paid and the electricity paid. That's all I need. The rest will be done by my family and of course from donations. So if you want to donate material towards this idea for making sculptures and art and craft with, well, it's quite welcome. And if you want to volunteer for my idea and join in, you're quite welcome. Now, if you live on the other side of the world and you've got a disability like Asperger Syndrome or ASD or global development delay, or you're just in a wheelchair and you want to come and visit my workshop from overseas, well, guess what? You're welcome in my workshop too. Everybody's going to be working in my, well, everybody that wants to join in my workshop, working in my workshop, that has a disability. Doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair, doesn't matter if you have ASD or Asperger Syndrome or global development delay. Well, you're welcome in my workshop. You're welcome to come and join me, come for a holiday to Australia and visit my workshop and join in, and then you can tell everybody how you feel about coming to my workshop. That's ASD friendly to everybody that has Asperger Syndrome or ASD. So we're going to be ASD friendly. So we do have an understanding about the high functioning disorder. Well, I do, because I read about my disability every day. Now, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to ALS, Adult Disability Art Life Skills ASD Centre. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and the link to my GoFundMe page will be down in the description. So don't forget to like and subscribe to ALS, Adult Disability Art Life Skills ASD Centre. Thank you for watching, over and out, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.